Why Are You Awake time? No, but it is time for a reissue of the Singles Only podcast. I will have a new Why Are You Awake episode soon. We just finished episode 69. Go back and watch that with Sam Rocha. It was a really fun episode. I'm reissuing old episodes of Singles Only, so if you didn't watch it back then, go listen to it. Technically, you couldn't watch it back then because it was all audio, but through the miracle of YouTube, you can now watch these. This is episode 92 with comedian Bridget McGuire back in April of 2018. Back then, she was working with me on my show, Drink Day Laugh at the Laugh Factory. She famously says she was a 30-some-year-old intern on a show. She's since blown up. She just headlined and sold out Rosemont Zanies, and she's got her one-woman show about anxiety and OCD. Make sure you follow her, check her out as well. I will be in St. Petersburg at the Sunshine City Comedy Club this weekend, August 3rd and 4th in Florida. I'll be in LA the week after that. So if you're in LA and you have a show or a podcast, I would love to do it. I'm headlining Comedy Vault in Batavia on October 12th. Laugh Camp in St. Pete, Minneapolis on October 31st and November 1st. And then a whole bunch of other cool shows. Go to my website, paulfcomedy.com for upcoming dates. Make sure you check that out. Check me out on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Facebook. Check out my Substack. I have a Substack now. And also, check out our sponsor. Hey, gang. As some of you know, I used to be a practicing lawyer in Chicago. I no longer practice, but from time to time, I need a lawyer. And when I need a lawyer, I call my friend Scott Shapiro. Scott Shapiro has been practicing law for over 25 years in Chicago. He does it all, from workers' compensation to personal injury, employment issues, and even entertainment law and contract needs. If you need a lawyer, call my friend Scott. 312-648-8800. That's 312-648-8800. Or you can email him at scott@scottshapirolegal.com. Tell him I sent you. You're welcome. All right, it's time for Singles Only. My name is Paul Farahvar, and riding shotgun is the queen of common sense.
Ooh, I like the new name. Yeah.
Because you keep changing it on me, and I don't want to say voice of reason. I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on you. Patti Vasquez.
Hello. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks for coming again.
Queen of common sense. Okay, I shall aspire to that.
Is that better? Is
I
it
like
less
it.
pressure
It
or
sounds
more
good.
pressure?
I'm not going to, you know what? I'm not going to let pressure come into it.
Well, because I feel like the name is becoming difficult with everybody.
The voice
Whether
of reason.
it's Jeannie, you, or Kelsey, it's just everyone has a different sensitivity or
Sure.
Or
I'll go with Queen of Common Sense.
Queen of Common Sense?
Yeah.
I mean, you could pick your own name.
I'll go with no bullshit. That sounds good. Queen
Okay.
of Common Sense sounds like no bullshit.
Queen of no bullshit.
No.
That
Queen of Common Sense. I'm saying it
as
applies
good.
that, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
It's a little Judge Judy-ish.
Judge Judy-ish.
Yes.
She's
a Queen of Common Sense.
You could be something with Judge Judy. I like that. It's legal.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I got distracted by the new title.
I just came up with it today. Also joining us is a new aspiring comedian, and actually she works on the amazing show, I'm Biased. It's called Drink Day Laugh here at the Laugh Factory every Fridays. Hi, Bridget.
Hi, Paul.
Thanks for coming on.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Get close to the mic. So, first question we have to ask you, when you are on this podcast, are you single?
I'm single.
Okay.
That's helpful.
Yes. Yeah.
Then we can continue.
Okay.
Because if that would be the fastest podcast.
I've caused chaos by spilling my coffee already.
Oh, did you
So
really?
I didn't know what's happened over here.
Oh, that's all
Yes.
right. We'll clean up. Is there still coffee left?
It's all right. I'll be awake. The whole thing. I'll be fine.
Okay.
That's what happened.
We're splitting the coffee.
All right, so you're single.
I'm single. Ready to mingle.
Oh.
Ready
Yeah.
to mingle?
Ready to mingle. We've never had somebody rhyme. I like that.
Are you why are you, what are you looking for? Are you want to get married, have
know what?
kids, and move on?
Yeah, I
Move to
do.
Schaumburg?
I do. I don't want to move to Schaumburg.
Yeah, don't do
Glen Ellen?
that.
No, not Glen
Okay.
Ellen.
Wicker Park.
Wicker Park. Maybe Wicker Park.
Okay.
Be a hit place to raise
No,
kids.
I do. And I had I broke up with someone last December.
Okay.
It was a really bad breakup.
A year
no.
ago, December.
Yeah,
So you've been
December
single for
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long was that relationship?
It was only 8 months.
Okay.
But
That's significant. It's not only.
yeah, especially because we were both 34. So I feel like at that point you kind of like you kind of know
You
or
move faster.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
8
you're-
months at 34 is like 3 years at 25.
I think that makes sense.
totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what? I mean, whatever. But then I like think about it, and part of me is like, why was I dating him for 8 months? But
Afterwards, you mean?
yeah, there were
Okay.
some red flags from like week 1.
Well, what was the reason for the breakup? Let's start with that. Just difference of opinion?
No.
The election?
No. I felt like I was in this like relationship with him and his best friend.
Oh.
And I was like being chosen,
boy.
or I was always like second to his best friend in video games.
Oh.
And video games?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
That sounds like a deal breaker.
and the friend didn't like me, and it was kind of weird because I didn't really know why. Like he didn't like me, you know. And yeah, I don't know. When we got,
You never want to feel like the third wheel in your own relationship.
yeah, I felt like there was like a love triangle.
Ew.
You know, we've had that in the
have.
past.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
had that on this show, actually.
So, you know, it's really odd. And the best friend, my ex-boyfriend always say, like, he doesn't respect women and stuff. And I was like, wait, why are you friends with this guy? And, you know, it just didn't make any sense. So we got in a big fight one night, and he was like, he told me to leave his place. And I did.
Were you guys living together? Or
No,
just,
no.
You had a box of stuff there.
Yeah, a lot of stuff there. And,
Over one box, banker's box, how much
well, he
stuff?
dropped it off. I got like a call from my doorman like 10 days later and was like, you have to come back. There's like a huge garbage bag of your stuff.
Garbage
Yes,
bag.
garbage bag of like a lot of clothes, but weird stuff too. Like it was around Christmas, and so I had bought like the small candy canes, and he like dropped off like half the candy cane box and like dryer sheets, like weird things.
Oh,
where I was
come
like,
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's-
Pepto-Bismol. And then I started laughing, and like cans of soup that I had bought. I was like, come on, you know. But it was a bummer because we were supposed to go to Ireland on Christmas Day.
Had you already made all the plans?
Yeah, yes. So we had to
Well,
yeah.
you dodged a bullet though too. Imagine being in another country with somebody who you realize is an asshole. There.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he wanted to go. Like a little bit later, he was like, "Should we still go?"
What?
And I was like, "As a broken up couple, no."
Ew.
And so then that was it. So that was there. Well, there was another reason. Should I go into that?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
why
yeah.
not? No,
Yeah,
do
no,
not.
don't tell us.
You know,
The
it kind of
truth.
started because I felt like with the friend, like I remember just things like I had come back from a business trip and it was a Friday, and he was like, "Can we meet up at like 9 or 10? Because I have video games. Like I made a date to play video games."
Oh.
And I was like, "Well, I haven't
Dear
seen you all
God.
week." Yeah. And
With the best friend?
And the best friend, they worked together too. It was like too much. It was like they'd also go like grocery shopping together. It was just too. I was like,
This is like something we've seen before.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that
It's
with
unhealthy.
Seth Bradley, who was
Yeah.
a musician.
But he
that-
seemed very happy with his.
He liked having his bromance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's maybe what it was. I don't.
It wasn't Seth that you were dating, right? That'd be weird.
No,
if it
I
was
wasn't dating
okay.
Seth.
Okay.
I'm so uncomfortable from it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Episode 27. No, I don't know what episode it is.
here's what I think. This is what my mom thinks. It probably ended more, but so the day after Thanksgiving, he and I went on this little bar crawl, and we were having fun, and we both got really pretty drunk. And I was coming back. We were coming back, and we were going up the stairs to his apartment, and he lived in like a kind of old brownstone, like you curve the stairs, and he tried to depants me. Which
In
is
public?
like no, but like it was just the two of us, and we were drunk, and I don't
Okay.
even care about that. I mean, it's stupid, but like whatever. But I jumped back and I fell,
Oh.
and
Because you were surprised. You jumped back.
I
as-
was surprised, and
Yeah.
we'd been on a bar crawl, so I was drunk, and so you know I was in pain, but whatever. I went to bed, and the next morning I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I totally broke like a rib or something, and he was like concerned, but didn't ever say like sorry, and not that he did it on purpose. Like I was like, you were drunk,
Sure.
you made a stupid drunk mistake.
He
but
knew
if,
he remembered doing it.
But you want some
yeah, he wasn't
remorse.
blacked out.
You
yeah,
want
yeah,
some.
yeah.
No, yeah, you want someone to be like, if I did that to my friend, like a drunk joke gone wrong, I'd be like,
sorry.
I'm so sorry. But he just told me I shouldn't have drank so much the night before. I'm like, well, you were drunk enough to do that to me. So
Yeah.
so I was like kind of annoyed, but I still went to Amy Schumer that night. I was like, whatever, I'm still going to see, I love Amy Schumer. So 5 days later, I was in pain, and I was getting winded walking to and from work. And so I was like, you know what, I should just go to like my doctor and just make sure everything's fine. And so I went, and she's like, you know what, you sound fine, but we won't know really what happened. And she's like, if you broke a rib, there's nothing you can really do. She's like, we don't know what happened unless you go get an x-ray. So I went and got the x-ray. This is like over lunch, not thinking anything of it. And the guy comes out, and I thought he would be like, okay, you're clear to go. And he was like, okay, don't freak out.
Oh, God. I'm freaking out.
He's like,
I'm
you
freaking
need
out for
to
you.
go to the emergency room immediately. And I was like, he's like, you have a pneumothorax. And I'm like, get my phone out. He's like, don't Google it. And then I was like, oh my God, I have a collapsed lung.
What?
Yes.
Whoa!
So this story gets better. So he's like, yes, well, it's not fully collapsed. It's just punctured.
Oh my God, that happened to my cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad. And so I go to the emergency room and I like text him and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I have this. And he was like, whoa, keep me posted. Like, he was also a teacher. So like, I understood he like couldn't leave school, but he coached a sport and he was the head coach, but he had an assistant coach. And so I was at the hospital from like 12 o'clock to like 6 o'clock at night.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I tell my mom, and she, like, rushes to Northwestern. So she's there with me, and then they come, and they're like, wow, you're really lucky that you are young, because if you were, like, 65, you might be dead by now. But, like, we can't believe you've walked around 5 days with a hole in your lung.
Oh, my God.
So, you know, are there, and then I talked to, like, a few different doctors, and they're like, listen, the hole hasn't gotten worse in the past 5 hours, and they're like, and since it's been 5 days, it'll probably heal on its own. But, you know, go home. They're like, there's nothing you can really do, but we'll see you back here in 5 days. So my mom was like, is he going to come to the hospital? And I was like, oh, well, he's got practice. And she was kind of like, what? Like,
She's like, do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth?
yeah. And so then that night I was supposed to go to his place. And I was like, would you ever come to mine tonight? And he was like, really? I'm in the middle of grading papers. And he's like, do you want my work to suffer? And I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, I have a hole in my lung.
Because of
kind
you.
of because of you. Like,
Not kind of, 100% because
yeah,
of it.
yeah. I didn't
And by the way, this happened in November of 2016.
this happened the day after Thanksgiving.
So you still have just throwing it out there as
Yeah.
a lawyer, you have 2 years to file a lawsuit for
Oh.
the damages you sustained. And either myself or Scott Shapiro, who is our sponsor, can resolve those
Help with
issues.
personal
Just throwing
injury?
it out there.
Yeah.
Personal injury cases?
Yeah. Depending on the damages, we'll talk about it
No,
more.
okay, good to know.
Just so you know, dude, you're lucky she's not suing so far.
Yeah,
at least.
yeah. So
we don't know
We
yet.
don't know. We don't know
We
yet.
don't
2 years.
know,
So you have
yeah.
till November of 2018.
18.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
some
So
time.
I think my mom was like, why isn't this guy, picking her? And he lives, 10 minutes from me by the car. Sorry. And by driving. And so I just said, if you don't pick me up right now, like, this is the end of our relationship. I'm like, I
You
can't.
said that to him?
Yeah. And he was like, don't be. I was like, because I was like, wait, what? I think in my past, I probably would have been like, it's okay. And he's like, don't you want to be alone tonight? I'm like, well, not really.
No,
I want to be with, I was at the hospital all day. And
Wow.
You want to be
Even I know that that's wrong, and I have no
You want someone to,
common sense.
yeah. And so I just was like, and then he was like, are you seriously, you're going to break up because of this? I'm like, well, yeah, because you're just a jerk. Like, why wouldn't you come pick up your girlfriend has a punctured lung? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So he, like, reluctantly did.
Ugh.
And the thing that was so weird, and so part of the breakup is that I did get pretty close with his family, and they were so nice. And, like, I got in the car, and his sister texted me and was like, I just heard what happened. I'm so sorry. And then we were at his
that's how
house.
you react.
Yeah, and then we were at his house. His parents called, and they wanted to put me on the phone and say, like, are you okay? And I'm like, this is
Will
so
you
weird.
sign
Like,
this document that says you will not sue our son? Nothing like that? Oh, sorry.
No, I think they wanted me. I think I might have been the best thing that ever happened to their son.
Okay.
Because I think they were like, why is this normal person dating this guy? They gave that impression over and over again.
They're like, please don't leave him. Please don't leave him.
Yeah.
For the love of God, don't
How
leave
did you
him.
meet this guy?
In a bar.
Okay.
And
The old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and I think it was like
was
he
it
was
a late night bar? Or
No.
like just a regular bar?
regular bar in Wicker Park. It was like a Friday at like 10, like nothing crazy. And
Before 12 is doable.
yeah,
Right.
and he was a really cute guy, which I think a lot of times I'll like, because someone's really cute, then I'll, look at past some huge red
Behavioral
flags.
problems,
Yeah.
yes.
And I think I was just shocked that he was 34 as well and single and like hadn't been divorced or just, I don't know. I just was like, I didn't know
What is that supposed to mean?
Because
I'm
I
just
feel
kidding.
well, I
They're
feel like I meet so many
hard to
guys,
find.
yeah, that are you don't meet. I don't know.
Right, right.
I haven't met that too many 34. So I was like, oh my God, So, yeah. So that was a big thing that happened, and then 2 weeks later, when we got in the fight, and he kicked me out of his house, and then so. But I'm single, and I haven't dated anyone since. I was
No
kind of
one. You
scarred.
dated no one since. Yeah, that shouldn't be
Well,
the
you
thing that
use
scars
the-
you. Yeah, that's.
I mean, you've gone on dates though, right?
I think I've gone on probably like 2. I really, after that, I was just really, not even so much that I was like so heartbroken. I was just so like
That's
disgusted.
a gross situation.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. But then I started taking classes at Second City, and I got like really busy, and then I got into like the whole comedy scene, and I just kind of was like, I don't have time to be seeking out these boys.
Sure.
Men. Well, no, he was a boy.
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, baby.
Boy playing with boys.
Yeah.
What's the
Boys.
difference? What's the emotional stuff that he did wrong?
Oh, from being a boy to
Yeah,
a man.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think a man would pick up his girlfriend from the hospital and maybe not
Right.
go to practice, or
Well, I think
You
the
wanna take
video
care of
games
somebody.
with his
video.
best friend.
Yes, and one of my best friends was like, he always just seemed like 10 years younger than us.
Oh.
She was like, he just seemed a lot more immature than our friends, and
Emotionally-
we're not that mature.
Emotionally stunted.
Yeah. So
Emotionally mature is the way I've been
Emotionally
called.
mature.
Or heard it, whatever.
Heard it? Yeah.
like your EQ,
Oh, yeah.
EQ.
EQ.
emotional.
Emotionally quoting.
Yeah.
So what? So you're not? Have you gone on like those apps or anything like Bumble? Or
Oh
Tinder
yeah.
or
I mean, I've
anything?
done since the breakup or in life in general.
Well, yeah, I guess both. Well, right
Yeah.
now, let's start with that.
Since I've been on Bumble.
But no dates.
You don't seem thrilled.
I don't know. It's honestly like, I feel like I get on and then I'll start talking to someone and then it'll be like, oh, I know next Tuesday I'm not going to want to go. Like,
When you said something, yeah, there's that anticipation when you find. First of all, as a lifelong Bumble.
Lifelong?
Yeah,
Wow.
since its life. Since
Okay.
I was one of the initial. Well, originally we got them involved to be involved with my show, which was then called Singles Only.
oh,
To
nice.
sponsor us. That's how I got on and heard about them. But I've been on since they started, and I have that same feeling where you're like, okay, so are we ever gonna meet up? You're like, yeah, let's meet up. And then the day you're meeting, you're like, like there's
Yeah.
regret. You don't want to go.
And you haven't met the person yet. So
Yeah.
you're not like,
It's
I'm
already
excited because I
negative.
talked to him. Or it's not like a setup where I think that's even more like, you're like, oh, my friend knows that I could be a good match with this guy. It's such a,
Do you talk to the person a lot before you got to that point?
well,
Because there's a resentment, not like a uncomfortableness when you're going to meet someone. There's two types. There's one where it's like you don't know them well enough, so it's like, shit, this can go either way. Or you've talked to them for so long and you have this connection that's not you. I mean, it's just such a bizarre connection that you have with someone. And then
yeah.
you
It's
see
like
someone.
you see catfish.
Yeah, and then you see them, and it's not how you picture them. Whether they intentionally misled you on what they look like, or they do, there's this just fuck up. You're like,
Well, you build up a certain sort of
Yeah.
impression of somebody.
Well, I
Yeah.
made a mistake probably
So
like,
I've done both. And
Yeah.
it's shitty either way. But go ahead.
I made this mistake probably like 4 years ago. And it was OkCupid.
Always a mistake.
Yeah. I, I know.
They're gonna
Wow.
sue us for the amount of shit that I say. But I mean, it's like, okay, Cupid,
Yeah,
it's free.
Yours out of the thousands of stories
Yeah.
that are similar.
They're
Yeah.
not.
I had my guy friend sign up for it, and then he called me, and he's like, Bridget, this girl, her name is Silly Goose. He's like, what is going on? I'm like, it's like TJ Maxx. You gotta like go through
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
till you find
That's
a
like
gem.
Dig.
nice. At least there
Yes.
is a gem. There's no gems.
Yes.
I don't think. I've hosted enough shows here at the Laugh Factory to know that nobody has been that I've talked to. Oh, you've been dating for a year? I'm like, really? Well, how'd you guys meet? Okay, Cupid. No, that's
No.
not.
Yeah.
That's a contradiction.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
No.
So nothing good. You might meet someone that ends up being your real estate agent or something. I don't know. But nothing is going to come out of it
Your
in a
accountant.
positive sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I talked to this guy, and he was a great texter, and he was funny,
It's a skill.
and it was back and forth. I felt like I was like texting with like my girlfriends, like a group text. Like it was just great banter, and then we had plans, and he said to me, he was like, I'm kind of worried because the last time I texted this much with a girl before I met her, I never saw her after the first date. Which I kind of thought was a turn up. And I was like, well, why? And he was like, I don't know. I guess she didn't think I was that good looking. And I was kind of like,
poor guy set himself up for a disaster.
yeah, but I also kind of was like, I
Do
don't
they
know.
have pictures on OkCupid?
He did, and he
Okay.
was cute. Yeah. And
Okay.
I was excited. Another thing, like when I would get excited for certain dates, I'd go get like a blowout or like a spray tan.
Yeah.
And those days are gone. I'm like, I am not getting worked up or dressed up
Don't
for
put
these.
any-
I mean, I'll put effort into it, but not like
Unless you're doing it for yourself.
yeah. Unless it's like a two, if I'm doing it
If
like
you're going out after. Like,
yeah, after or like the next night or something. So I remember meeting him, and I met him at a bar, and he sat down and he just put out his hands and he said, "So what are we drinking tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, he did like these jazz hand moves."
Oh wow.
And we started talking, and I'm like, "He's gay."
Yeah.
So I just was kind of shocked. I mean, he literally told me that his mom was coming downtown and they were going to the Art Institute to walk around and chat, use the word chat, and then he said he was going to Bloomies to get sunglasses, and that's their yearly birthday tradition. Which is
Paul's getting uncomfortable for you and for this guy.
I was like, I don't have brothers, but I have brother-in-laws, and they don't know what Bloomies is,
Yeah.
or they just, I don't know.
Well, they wouldn't say Bloomies.
Bloomies.
Yeah, they were just, I was like, oh, this makes so much sense why that girl, because he was a great texter, and I wanted to be like, I'd love to be your friend. So he also was cheap, which was fine. I was just kind of like, I ordered a craft beer, and he ordered a PBR, and my craft beer was like $6, and he was like, oh, expensive or something, and I was like, it's $6 craft beer, like I didn't, so our conversation was fine, but he started talking about a politician, I forget who, it wasn't Donald Trump, because this was before his time, but he was like, yeah, the guy that has the really bad spray tan. And I was like, how would he know? I mean, it just was a weird, spray tanning wasn't so in then. And then this other guy at the table turned around and was like, are you talking about so-and-so? And then they started talking, and they
And
stayed.
they left together.
Yes, they stayed at the bar.
no.
Yes. So he stayed.
He hooked up with somebody else.
Yeah, another man, which is
So why is he on OkCupid?
that's the thing that made me mad. I felt bad because I was like, he was a nice guy. Like, there was nothing. I just felt bad for him because he was like 36, and I thought, I feel bad that you're not out.
Oh, he didn't know he was gay? You don't
no.
Or maybe he's trying to find a beard. Maybe he's trying to find something
yeah,
to cover.
yeah,
Make his family happy, or somebody, or professionally, or who knows.
yeah. And I felt that's why I was like, so I bought the second round too. He bought the first round. I bought the second, and then after that, I was like, I'm like, and he's taught. It was basically me, him, and this other guy. Apparently this happens to me a lot. And
Oh, yeah.
I was like, why am I here? Like, I'm gonna go home. And so he was like, really? You're gonna go? I'm like, yeah, whatever excuse I made. He's like, well, I still have like half a beer. He's like, so I'm gonna stay. And the other guy's like, yeah, do you want to stay? And I was,
Holy cow.
yeah. And I was
Wow.
like, yeah. So I walked home, and that's when I was like, I will no longer text with someone that much.
Yeah. You got to cut it off early or make a decision.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was such a good texter, and most guys aren't that good.
Yeah, no, it's a hard thing with all those online things where you start texting with someone and sometimes with me I always just like texting forever. But
Me too, never
Oh,
meeting
boy.
up.
I don't want to.
When do you guys like do phone calls? Is there ever a phone call before
No,
you go
I'll
on the
do
date?
calls too. I'll do
Okay.
calls. I had a friend that well, the younger generation doesn't like to call. So I always say, hey, is it okay if I call you? Because I can't text all the time. So
Yeah.
I'll be like, because I have weird hours as you do, Patty. So I don't want them to think it's like a booty call if it's like 11:30 because
Right.
I'm not drinking or anything. So I'll be like,
Just when
hey,
you're
can I
free.
call you on my way to a show or whatever?
Right.
And they're like, I'm like, that's fine. We'll just go with text. So that's
Yeah.
the thing. But then even then, you still haven't met the person.
I know,
And
but
then
at least you get a vibe for what they sound like, how
Yeah.
they talk, their cadence, and sort of
Yeah.
even their energy. On
she
the
would have
phone.
been able to find the jazz
Maybe
hands
if
on
he'd
the
said
phone.
Bloomies.
Yeah.
The jazz at Bloomies, yeah.
Hello, like he says it right away.
And then something
Flamboyant
else.
guy.
Yeah, it was just, it was fine. It was kind of funny. I just was like, I'll hang out with you again, but let's be honest, like you
Yeah.
are not.
I'll be your,
interested in
I'll be your
women. Yeah.
wingman for other men.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Clearly, it worked last time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, he got
So-
lucky.
Okay, so you had this 8-month relationship.
Yeah.
What's the longest relationship you've had as an adult?
Like
that the-
3.5 years. No.
3.5 years. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
So you have gone to the promised land and walked away and realized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're 34.
Yeah, I'm 35 now.
35.
Yeah.
And you want to. What are your aspirations? It sounds like you're kind of doing your own thing now, but like, are you planning on? Do you want to have kids? That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
I
Okay.
do.
So what are you doing to do that? What are you doing to do that?
I actually froze my eggs.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My last company had a really good
Frozen egg discount.
Policy.
Yeah, they did. Basically, a frozen egg. And I had lunch with one of my friends, and she had like a 2-year-old, and then she was like having huge troubles, getting pregnant, and she was 33. And I was like, I have no idea if I can get pregnant, you know? So I
Right.
just was, and she's like, you know, you should look into it. And she was telling me how much it was costing. And I was like, yeah. So I just, like, looked at my insurance and, like, talked to someone at Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're like, yeah, actually, your company covers, like, a huge majority of this.
Wow.
Get it done.
So
Nice.
get it done.
So you're sure you want to have kids, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if it doesn't happen, I think I used to get a lot like, well, what if it doesn't happen? And now I'm kind of like, if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen, and I'll be okay. But I would like to.
Would you have kids without getting married with someone, or you want to get married and have kids?
I would like to get married and have kids.
Okay.
I don't think I'd do it on my own. I don't know. My aunt adopted my cousin from China when my aunt was 48. My cousin's now 20.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see that, and I love that, and I'm really close to them. So I think maybe, but 48's a while. I kind of have that as my, like, marker because
Okay.
she did
You
it
have
at
time.
48. Yeah. But, I mean, in a perfect world, I'd like to get married first and then have kids. Or not even, yeah, I would like that.
So what are you doing? I know you're not doing anything now
Yeah.
to find it, but what do you plan on doing to find this guy to raise these frozen eggs with, or adopt in China or any other?
And I wouldn't bring up the frozen
country.
eggs for a while either.
Yeah, I know.
Don't listen to this podcast.
I'm gonna scare everyone
Future
away.
guy. No, actually,
Yeah.
I have friends who've done it, and I know I met a
No,
girl.
it's smart. I think it's smart. And
Well,
it's
it puts
practical.
actually there's less. I wouldn't bring it up right away, but I think like maybe if it's like a certain marker, because some guys might be
Yeah.
like, "Shit, she's 35. I bet
Yeah,
she wants
actually,
to
I
get
think
married," and
it
like,
helps you.
yeah, and then I could be like, "Well,
Guys
yeah,
would be less scared. 'Cause
Well,
they're
yeah,
like,
'cause
oh, I
you're
have
planning
more
ahead.
time. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah." So if I'm 41, I can, the eggs are only 34 years old.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
makes sense.
I don't know
Absolutely.
how that works with math or science, but it sounds legit.
Yeah.
So okay, so how are you
How am I-
going about to find this future egg sharer guy? Right? Is that the right term?
The
Egg sharer,
Egg-
not sharer,
the
but
semen.
yeah,
egg.
waterer maybe.
Egg
The water.
Egg cracker.
Egg cracker. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like at this point I'm just living my life.
And seeing what happens.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
a good
know,
attitude.
because I feel like my whole life it's been trying to find like that boyfriend, and I kind of just got burnt out by that.
Well, you said your whole life you were trying to do that. You did that even when you were younger. You're like trying to get a boyfriend, or you always had a boyfriend?
No, I mean I've had boyfriends, but I feel like more I just was like a boy crazy little kid.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls remember like having crushes on boys from an age,
my God.
and wishing we hadn't spent so much time, sort of
Yeah.
longing
Chasing
for them
guys.
and chasing them.
Also,
and,
too, I have an issue with is that I'll get so if I do connect with someone, and then I'll get really anxious about the whole relationship, and then if it doesn't work out, I'm like, why did I even like?
Yeah.
care? I didn't even like them. It's more the idea of the person.
Yeah.
Like, you can really build it up in your head, and then feel like really bummed out, but then you're like, I don't even know the person.
But do you walk away from these relationships, even the 8-year thing? Do you walk away like, oh, I wasted 8 months of my life, or are you like, there's a silver lining here? I learned now when, like, it's a red flag you learned, or a positive thing you learned from that relationship
Yeah.
that helps you grow.
I think most I've learned.
Okay.
And I think, what's the quote, like, better to have loved and lost than to never
have
have
loved
loved
at
at all. I think that's true. I mean, because the 8 months
Is
relationship.
it though? Is it better?
is it better to have loved and lost?
You know what?
I feel like I'm pretty well off never loving. But
Never
whatever.
loving?
I don't know. I don't
I
think
feel like with the 8-month one, we had a really fun summer together. He wasn't
Did you
working.
guys go
'cause
to some cool spots you never would have gone to?
you know what?
You almost went to Ireland.
We almost went to Ireland. He bought me a bike, which I
Whoa.
hadn't been on a bike in like.
Was it a Huffy or like a good bike?
It wasn't a Huffy.
These
Second
are
tier?
good, man. Pink
No, they're
Thunder
not.
was the best ever. Sorry.
I later found out
As an
he
adult?
No,
bought it
maybe
off a guy in Humboldt Park, which that was kind of something I.
Was it all black and all the serial numbers were
It was
scratched
nice.
out?
He's like, I got it washed, and then he got me like a new lock. I never got the bike back. I
oh,
didn't.
you didn't get to keep the bike?
That wasn't in the garbage bag?
It wasn't. No, it wasn't
Just the
next to
wheel?
the.
Yeah.
It wasn't next to the.
or a
soup
map
can.
to where it's locked?
Yeah. No, I mean, one of my friends was like, "Get that bike back." She's like, "I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Like, I was like, I don't need the bike, but it was fun for that summer riding the bike."
Yeah.
With him, right?
With him, yeah, and
Most
he
of the
like,
time?
yeah, no, I never rode it. I was too scared. I mean, it's kind of, I'm not like a biker. I'm, yeah.
I'm with you. Unless I'm on a bike trail, I'm not.
Yeah,
interested
like in the city, like no, we did do the 606, and like that was fun. And then like starting, I was like, oh, this is fun. We like once went to the lake, so there. I mean, this is not the reason to really stay in a relationship because I rode a bike, but for some reason it was fun. I don't know. The summer was fun.
Well, I think what to your point about loving and having lost better than not love at all is that you learn something about yourself, right? You
Yeah.
learn that you like something.
Yeah.
You also know what you aren't going to tolerate again.
Yes. Oh
You know?
God. Yeah.
That's the takeaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are both.
But you
things.
can do all that stuff without really loving the person too. I feel like in my relationships, I can,
We're not. We're not judging
Well, I'm
you
just
in the way
saying-
you go into a relationship.
No. I'm just trying
Just
to
because
learn.
she goes in with her heart open.
I go in with my heart open.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, come on. So have people tried to set you up since the 8-month thing?
I feel like I've been like people are trying to set me up a lot, and like a couple people, but then like I feel like the guy chickens out, and it's not like someone's just like, oh, set up with my friend, and then he doesn't think I'm cute or something. It's like pictures are seen, like, you know, my best friend has like pictures of me on her phone that she's like literally showing people.
Oh God.
I know.
Wow.
It's funny, but
Jewish mother.
yeah, well, actually, it's her. Really sad. Her mom had passed away a couple of years ago, and she went on her phone after her mom died, and she's like, "Oh my God, there's a picture of you on my mom's phone." She's like, she had been sending it to like one of like two people's sons, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that is so funny and really cute." And they didn't call me.
Is your friend married? Is this why she's?
married, 3 kids. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So
Yeah.
she's...
Yeah.
Paul,
No. I have my family friends, or when I was home for Christmas, and they're my parents' best friends. They have pictures of me, and they're always trying to set me up. And it was funny. We're all at this Christmas dinner with them and my parents, and they're like, Paul, you know, this guy, I call him my uncle. He's just like, you know, I have someone for you. I know when you're ready. And my dad and mom were like, don't even try. Like that.
Oh,
It's like,
man.
and then they started arguing over like why my parents don't get involved.
Well, I feel like sometimes that's what happens with guys. Like I have a single guy friend, and he originally to one of my friends was like, yeah, set me up with her. And there was a girl that I had worked with, and she's really cute and like normal and cool, and I'm vouching for her. And then when it like came time, he was like, you know, I just don't really feel like, he just kind of like just didn't feel like doing it. It's kind of like laziness.
Huh.
Which, I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So.
Well, there's also the added pressure when there's a friend involved too. Like I had a friend's girlfriend set me up, and I was like, hey, this is kind of weird, but let's just go meet and see. Like it was a low, I
Low stress, low
deflated
pressure.
the risk
Yeah.
involved by saying, hey, it's kind of weird, you know, but let's try it. And we went out a couple of times, and then that's a whole nother story. But
Did you ever do a double date?
no, because then they broke up. And
So then.
we were still like, oh, do we still even
Yeah,
try?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what
Are we
is this
supposed to be- yeah.
And then some other weird shit happened, which will be a joke soon. But but
Is there something in particular? Like, do you have an ideal of what you want, or are there any deal breakers? You know, like something that a guy might do that you're like, no, I'm out. Like Paul's got something.
Deal
If you don't like
breakers.
his kind of music,
no, that's not accurate.
If you don't know who certain artists,
Yeah,
are. Okay,
that's probably right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Bruce Springsteen is,
Yeah. Okay, that's probably.
I mean-
that's across the board for everybody. Should be.
You've never gone on a date with someone that
that's a
didn't.
true story. I tell that joke on stage. She didn't know who Bruce Springsteen was,
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's
or
weird.
Stevie Wonder.
How old was she?
She was. I was like in my late 30s, and she was like in her 20s. Let's just say.
Oh, I mean,
Well, the best part of that joke is I have a picture where I'm between the real on stage. I say it's Stevie Wonder and Sheryl Crow, but the real picture is Carol Moseley Braun, who's a black
gosh.
senator,
Yeah.
and the other one is Paul Simon, who's our
Yeah.
former senator. And she goes, "Oh, your parents are so cute." And I'm like,
Oh no.
"There's like autographs under it, like thank you, Paul." Like I used to work in D.C. So I was like, "Yeah, this is probably not
Yeah.
gonna work."
Not gonna
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your
what?
deal breakers? They need to know who.
Oh, who
The senators are?
No, because I probably can't name all the senators. I don't know if I have deal breakers on who they need to know. I think just having like a good sense of humor is like, I mean, I know every girl probably says that, but it's really true. And they don't have to be the funniest person,
Right.
you know, but just to be able to get it and like get in on the joke is good. Like that's
Get in on the joke.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to. They don't have to be the center of attention or anything like that. Or like
That makes sense.
yeah.
Get in on the joke.
I did go out with a guy, and we probably went out like 2 months. and he was nice, and I liked him, and I didn't know at first, and then he smoked, which didn't really
Not a
bother
deal
me too
breaker?
much.
Okay.
No, I mean, because I used to smoke when I drank, and I kind of was like, oh, I'm surprised that you smoke all the time. I don't know, but whatever. And then one weekend I went to a wedding, and he offered to watch my dog, and then it was the first time I had been to his place. So we had been out like 5 times. So not, we were, and he had said, I had said, oh, I'm going to this wedding and I got to go early to drop my dog off at my mom's. And he was like, I'll take your dog. Like, I love dogs. And I was like, great. And so I went to go pick up my dog the next day, and he like chain smoked in his apartment, and that grossed me out. And
No chain smokers.
no chain smokers, and my dog smelled like smoke. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't know why. I mean, there were other things like that he did that annoyed me. It wasn't just that, but that'd probably be one. But people can quit smoking.
But they can't
Yeah, they
ever
should.
not be in on the joke.
No,
don't be on the
can't
joke.
be. Yeah, joke. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm like pretty.
That's 2. Those are pretty
They're
good.
pretty
Yeah,
That's a good
I used to
start.
have like a real strict look.
A look.
Yeah, like I feel like every guy I dated,
Look the
most have
same.
like black hair. Like, don't typically like guys with blonde hair. I don't know if it's because I have blonde hair, but like it's
That makes
I
sense.
like dark complexion. But then actually the funniest guy I ever dated like had like blonde hair. So I was like, oh, I'm stepping out
So
of my
funny will override
Yeah,
any looks.
yeah,
Aesthetics,
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
for
That's
sure.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, Bridget, we are out of time.
Great.
Where can people find out more about you other than on your OkCupid profile?
Yeah. You can go to my Instagram, which is Bridget McGuire, and the handle is at BMcGuire, BMCGUIRE 82.
Sounds good.
And also check me out every Friday at the Laugh Factory
you go.
Yeah,
as the 35-year-old intern for Drink Date
Date
Laugh.
Yeah. All right.
Wonderful.
Well, thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
on,
thanks,
Bridget.
guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Patti, for being the queen of common sense, and thanks,
for
Mike,
having me.
for making us sound so good. That's a wrap.
Ooh,